Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today I am going to review diesel brand watches. So I'm just going to walk through the diesel watches that I have in my collection here. So I will start with the big daddy here, and this is the one here. This watch is about I think 57 mm, which is pretty big and huge, and it has, I think 4 times in there that you can set up separately, along with the 3 small dials that you see on the right side of the watch here. So this is a diesel brand. It's called Big Daddy, 57 mm size, and if you look at the side, is pretty thick and big, and you can see the diesel logo here on the big crown here. And let me show you the back. And the back, it says only the brave diesel, and all these dials in there, like chronograph, they all work. Every single dial in there works to set up different times across the world. So sometimes I use the time zone for Europe or Asia, and have something for local right here on the right side, which is where I'm living in US. But the remaining I have to put across just to make sure I have the time that I need to know, so I can reach out to my friends and others on the other side of the globe. So this is the big one, and if you look at the branding here, it says diesel here on the strap, which is a heavy leather strap. And this watch is the deal. I think it's a really big watch. Some people might not like it because given the size, and again, I like big watches. I don't mind wearing it even though it looks little big on my wrist, but I'm a guy with 5 feet 11 inch height, so for me it suits decently. Doesn't look too big or weird on it, so I can go with this easily. So the other watches I have here is, and again, by the way, the watch that I'm wearing here, it's again the diesel brand. It's a diesel black iron plated steel bracelet watch. And if you look at this watch, seems to be pretty simple, but the only good thing I like is there is no second hand here. It's just like this small inner dial that rotates, which is like the seconds dial. So this is how it is. And then on the under the minute hand, you can see the date. So this is where it shows the date as well. And I think branding wise, again, diesel is pretty good at it. And let me show you the diesel logo on the crown here. And if you look at my wrist, as I said, I'm not too big or too small. My wrist is pretty, I would like average size, and this is like a 48 mm. I think it looks good, it's not bad. So let's go to the other watches. So here I have these two, which is again diesel. I think they are called Mega Chief, I think DZ4290. And these watches are again diesel. I see very few watches which are like small in size or very lightweight. Majority or most of the watches they sell are pretty heavy and big. So if you look at the thickness, you can see how thick is the watch dial here. You can see it, right? And normally I think most of the watches out there is like pretty much like half of it. That's how I feel. But diesel is known to be for big guys. Again, big guys is like, you don't have to be like 6 foot, over 6 foot, or you can be normal size, normal human size, like 5'10", 5'11", 5'9", but as long as you have a pretty average wrist, you can use these watches. And this is a chronograph. You can see only the brave printed inside, and 3 chronograph dials in there. And I think this watch is not working because I pulled the crown out, because I have so many watches, so I just don't want to leave them running and let the battery drain. So I just stop them if I'm not using it. And here you can see this watch is like pretty much stainless steel kind of dial, and then the inside is light bluish color, and if you look it from far away, it is definitely going to catch some eyes because it looks so good on your wrist. And similar to this, I have another watch which is again Mega Chief model DZ4290 with white dial and brown leather strap. And if you look at the leather strap, it's pretty thick, and it has diesel printed here, and I can feel it, like you can see the thickness of this strap here. It is not ordinary strap. It is like, made in mind with the type of watches they are and the type of dial they are going to carry on your wrist. And this is again a chronograph. Let me see this here. Press this button. You can see the chronograph working on the top, and stopped here. You can see it working, and you can see the bottom blue seconds and also working in the smaller dial there. And the back is pretty same. You can see the diesel brand logo here, only the Brave. And these watches are, I think, 51 mm, which is smaller than this watch. So if you look at this watch right here, the Mr. Daddy or the Big Daddy one, and you can see it yourself how they compare against each other. So we reviewed these three here, and now I am going to review this one. This is, I think, one of the new versions, or one of the new models Diesel has made recently, and I believe this might be due to the ask from the consumers. Hey, you guys make so many big watches, but what about the normal person who is not that big and has a small normal average wrist size? So what should they wear? But they like your brand, but they can't afford to wear these big watches on the wrist. So this might be the reason they made these watches here. I believe these are like 44 mm, which is way smaller than compared to this Big Daddy, which is 57 mm. So if you look at here, you can see the size difference. Big Daddy in the middle, Mega Chief on the left, and then you can see this one right here, which is MS9 blue, which is 44 mm. So if you look at the thickness, that's what I was talking about. This is normal. This is pretty standard and nothing special here in terms of sizes. And the back is still the only the Brave Diesel, and then the Chron has the Diesel logo. And I like this strap here because this is pure leather, and I feel like this stitch on it, it looks like maybe kind of a denim kind of stitch here, which makes it looks awesome on the wrist. And I like the blue awesome dial. And again, this watch is nothing fancy in terms of any dials in there, no chronograph, is just like time and date. And I think this is similar to the one I am wearing here. This is like a black iron plated Diesel, which is like again just date and time. That's pretty much it. So this is like a normal what do you call, like formal kind of watch. Again, I wear these watches at work. I just don't wear this watch like the Big Daddy because this is so big, it doesn't look good on formal. However, I wear every other watch either for work or when I go out for party or anywhere else. So we reviewed all these watches. I just want to put them together so you can see the difference in the sizes, and then you have some idea about how they look like. The other two watches I have here is like, these are I think these are again the category of the Diesel Daddy models, and these are like 52 mm, which are pretty smaller than the size what we have here, like 57 mm. So these two are brown and black dials with like golden, or I don't like what you call this color, like rose gold kind of inside. part of it, and then here this is like silver, stainless steel silver in there. You can see the diesel logo, and then you can see the 3 separate dials for 3 different times. But if you compare this here with this one, you can see this is pretty, not pretty, but it's somewhat like a smaller in size compared to this guy here, the Big Daddy. Or I think this is version 2, this is version 1. And to me, I think this is still decent. But again, given the thickness and all these things, I prefer to wear this when I go out for any parties or non-office related trips. But for office work, I do wear these two, this one, the one I have here, and I think these watches are awesome. No matter what people say, but when you put this on your wrist, this is going to catch some eyes, and you know what, you will get a lot of compliments, and people are going to definitely pay attention. And you're carrying a brand which is not going to go unnoticed, so people are definitely going to notice this. I hope you guys like this video. Please like the video itself, subscribe, comment, share, and watch out for my other videos. I am going to make more videos with my other brand collection of watches, which is Tommy Hilfiger, Tag Heuer, Rolex, Armani, Guess, and Gucci. Thank you guys. Bye bye.